Tell me about three. Do you ever see three? Just three, not three of a kind. Tell me about me. Do you ever see me? Just me, not me defined. I would sleep through the night, I'd crash in the light, though I'd heard about.
Good evening. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Tonight I would like to look again at a popular idea. United we stand, divided we fall. I must first introduce, in absentia, my co-writer, traveling and performing companion. She is also one of my best friends. Her name is Alice. Alice is a red miniature pinscher. She weighs about 14 pounds, so she's a little big for the breed. And she is also known as the Canine Messiah, for she is wise beyond her years. She is not the sort of Messiah that is looking for followers. In fact, Alice says, if anybody's going to follow me, Gregory, they better watch where they step. No worries there. She is, however, a Canine Messiah. And we've recently completed the manuscript for a book that is very much about looking again at this idea of unity. Looking again is a good idea because there is more than one way to see our world. And what you see is what you get, as Alice likes to remind me. Earlier this year, we heard one of our leaders say, instead of driving us apart, our varied beliefs can bring us together. And in saying that, he echoed the popular sentiment that we are an incredibly problematic diversity. And we need to be united. We need to be brought together. Or we will soon fall in the worst imaginable way. We'll fall right off the face of the planet. Well, let's look again. Because what if these tired old cliches actually speak to the creative power of our chosen personal and collective vision? Now, Alice quotes often from something called the Canine Messiah's Handbook. I'm not sure if it's in print. One of the pervasive themes of that book is that human vision is active, it's not passive. And so what you see is what you get speaks to creative ability. From this perspective, united we stand, divided we fall implies that as long as we proclaim a vision of diversity divided, then we will continue to experience this falling sensation that we're having. But in the moment that we choose to proclaim and honor a vision of unity diversified, then we will see ourselves stand as one. So Alice suggests that we might proclaim and adopt what she calls unifying vision. Precisely because what we are seeing is a unity, an incredibly, wonderfully, mysteriously diverse unity. And you know this already. The scientists tell us this. And in fact, you're having this experience. You're having it right now. Because when you look up here at me, what do you see? Now, your vision is certainly not limited to what is inside the skin of Greg Morgoglione. You see what's around me, the wall, the floor, other people. You see my environment. And each of you is an important part of this environment. And if you try to describe this presentation later to a friend who is not here, you couldn't do it without, in some sense, suggesting or describing the environment. As Alan Watts, the venerable philosopher, used to say, if you describe a man walking and you don't talk about the floor, well, you're describing someone swinging their legs in empty space, and that has little, if anything, to do with walking. You see, I and my environment come all of a piece. I can no more give this presentation without the environment than the environment could give it without I. So what you now behold and have immersed yourself in is a unity. We might call it a presentation. And there's a larger, very diverse unity that sets the stage for this presentation, literally, because all the world is a stage, right? But it's more popular to think and to say that, well, Greg is staging this presentation because you focus on me, and I appreciate that. But when we choose to focus, it requires that we intentionally ignore the environment. We routinely look out upon our world, and subconsciously, I understand, we ignore a great deal of this unity in which we are immersed. We ignore it so convincingly that we begin to see glorious diversity as problematic division. So Alice has this wonderfully crazy idea that perhaps our leaders and even the followers could look again with something that she calls, as I said, unifying vision. And she says perhaps we could look again from a less ignorant point of view. We could adopt a less ignorant vision of humanity. Because our direct and immediate experience is always one of unity diversified. And all we need is a simple vision correction to see this. And if we continue to walk headlong into what is, suffering from this form of double vision, then we're going to continue to fall all over ourselves. But in the moment we adopt and proclaim this here-now vision of unity diversified, well, what we see is what we get. And united we stand. Thank
Tell me about three, do you ever see three? Just three, not three of a kind. Tell me about me, do you ever see me? Just me, not me, defined. I would sleep through the night, I'd crash in the light. Though I'd heard about time overthrown, how high he stopped there now, stopped free there now. What time was it? They said, then now. Tell me about two, do you ever meet two? Just two, not two of a kind. Tell me about you, do you ever know you? Just you, not you in your mind. I would sleep through the